Last year, GDSC BVM has organized 10 plus events that included Android Study Gems, 30 days of Google Cloud, that is Cloud Study Gems, hands-on sessions on making web portfolio, speaker sessions on campus to corporate world and beyond, multiple hackathons and demo day in the form of Google Solution Challenge. This year, we have planned to organize more such events covering both tech and non-tech. So that's all about GDSC has done and how it functions. This year we have a bigger and more talented team, so does our motivation for organizing new, interesting and knowledge-oriented events. We have been brainstorming for events to bring new experience to BVM. We will be sharing a form at the end so that you can also convey what type of event you want and we can plan accordingly. So guys, are you ready for this wonderful journey with us? Spam the chat box with GDSC BVM OP and show some excitement.
Thank you so much, Astha, for briefing us on what our community GDSC BVM is and what they can expect from us. So now, without waiting any further, let us just jump into the fun quiz that we have organized for you guys. So for the quiz part, I would like to invite Jay and Khushi to conduct the quiz. Over to you guys.
Then you can just go to this specific link. Either of us can just put it in the chat and enter the code here. This, it could be any device, and then enter this code. The quiz code is here. It will be a live quiz. Yeah, I can see that we have Harshil, Petani, Umang, Janvi, Shalini, Prasanna joining. Great, guys. Let's wait for 2-3 minutes more. We want more and more participation, as we will be declaring the top 3 winners of this fun quiz, and maybe they get some surprises waiting for them. Right? So yeah, start joining the same.
And from this quiz, you will all gain something. The questions are fun.
Yeah, we have quite a great audience with us. That's going great. We have 46 people in the quiz. It's going to be a great competition. Yeah, we are waiting for the count 50, then we can start. We have James Bond with us as well. That's quite a great thing. Okay, one more, and then we can lock the quiz up. Okay, then we have crossed 50, so we'll be locking the quiz now. Okay, and we can start the same. Okay, guys. So you guys are excited? Let's move on. Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, it is.
So
Yes,
first,
Jack.
yeah. So the first question comes in here is arrange the following applications of Google in ascending order on basis of their publication year. The first question could be a warm-up thing, so don't worry, just put your answers. And we have 18 correct responses. That's quite a great thing. So the first one to be launched was Gmail, then came Chrome, then came Maps, and then came the news. So thank you so much. Here was the first question. I hope you guys were familiar with the platform in the first question itself. We have 9 more questions lined up. So don't worry, we will be having more. So who do we have on the first? We have Devanshi, then we have 007. Yeah, James Bond guy is still with us. He's on the second rank, and Anisha. Great, guys. These are the top 5 of the question 1. Yep. There comes question 2. Word Google is originally generated from which word and what the word represents? Okay, so we have 8 correct responses. That is quite a great thing. And that is fine. Don't worry, the answers might be wrong, but you just have to guess it. And yeah, here is where you can learn. So moving on with the next question, let's check the scoreboard. We have Astha, then we have Devanshi, then we have someone 4043048. No worries. Let's go ahead with the third question. Which of the following color is not present in the current Google Ad logo but is present in the other logos of Google? Quick, guys. The faster you answer, the more the points you get. Go ahead. Okay, so we have 9. Let's go to the scoreboard. Who do we have first? We have Shrey on the first rank, then we have Viren, then we have SJ. Okay, Sanket and Bhavya are doing great, quite closer. Moving ahead with the fourth question of the day. Which of the following event was not organized by GDSC BVM? Quick, guys. Okay, we have 16 people. I guess the 11, those 11 are, I guess they are first year folks. Never mind. 16. It was organized by the training and placement cell. It was not organized by GDSC BVM. Okay, let's jump to the scoreboard. Who do we have on rank 1? We have SJ. Oh, that's quite nice. Then we have Ragini. Then we have Shrey. Great. How much free storage is offered by Google Drive to the users with a Google account? Quick, guys. We have 25, 26. Yeah. Great. We have 39 answers. Yeah. And we have 31 people to answer correct. It's going to be tough this time. Let's see what's the scoreboard here. Okay, we have SJ topping again. And we have Shah, Rollins, and Devan. They are the new names here. But we are still struggling to go on top 3. Let's go to question 6. Which is the first search engine in internet? Okay. We have 8 geniuses amongst us. That's quite a great thing. Then let's see the scoreboard now. We have SJ topping again. Raddeep just hit answer streak 3. Oh, great. Let's say next. There are last 3 questions. Who are the founders of Google? Quite an easy question, guys. Go ahead. Answer quick.
Jay, you're muted.
Hello.
Yeah.
Please, guys, don't do this. Don't unmute me. You won't be enjoying the quiz anymore. No worries. Let's go ahead. Which among this is a parent company of Google? Quite an easy answer. Go ahead. Okay, we have 25 correct answers. Let's see who's on the top. Okay, now we have another name. We have Sanket on the top and Kirat and then SJ. Great. Okay, then we have ninth question. Which among the following is cloud campaign organized by GDSC? It's all those who received goodies last year. Answer quick. Okay. Yeah. We have 40 answers. Okay, GCP is the correct answer. That is Google Cloud Platform. Okay, moving to the scoreboard. And now we jump into the final question. And we have Sanket on the top, Parthiv and Kirat on the podium. Okay, let's see then. Next, the last question. Be quick. How many Google apps are present in Google Play Store currently? There is no negative marking, so just go on. Okay, we have 35 questions and we have 10 people to answer it correctly. Congratulations, you 10 people. It was, I guess, a tough question amongst all 10. Okay, then let's see the scoreboard. So, are you guys excited for the same? Just put in, just react with some of the emoji that you like. We have 87 plus people with us. Great, guys. Okay, let's see then who are there on the podium. The third goes to SJ. Great. Then we have Parthiv on the second rank, and on first we have Sanket. Quite a great thing. Okay then. I hope it was quite, and we have runners up Umang and Kashyap. So I would, before moving ahead, I would just like to request you three to unmute yourself, or maybe you guys can just share your experience. At least we can just know that who you three are, as we don't know. It would be great if you guys can unmute.
Hello,
Sir,
myself Shruti Jha.
Okay, you are Shruti Jha. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
You are
great.
on.
I'm on third.
Yeah.
Third place.
Okay, you are on third. Then who's Sanket?
Hello, sir. My name is Sanket, and I'm second year, third sem.
Oh, that's quite a great thing. How do you feel, Sanket? You are the first one from 87
very
plus people.
good, sir. Very good.
Okay, great. And who's Parthiv?
I am Parthiv.
Okay, how do you feel, Parthiv? Hello? How was the experience?
Great, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, so I hope it was quite an amazing quiz and you guys got to learn something from it. And I hope you guys got a few things to know, new things to know. Obviously, the session is going to be very amazing ahead as well. We will be covering various such technologies, and I would like to hand over the things to Anisha again, our host. Okay. Thank you so much, Anisha, for inviting me for the same. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay, for this warm-up quiz. But before moving further into the introductory session, there is a fun event we have organized for you guys. So as we all are pretty much very firstly, हम सब सामने से पहली बार ये event कर रहे हैं. So we would just like to have a picture moment with all of us. So since there are more than 60 plus participants over here, so we'd hope that you would open up your cameras. We all members ourselves will open up our cameras, and one of the member will just click our pictures. So I hope you all are perfect with it. We all are gonna open our cameras, so we hope you do too.
Yeah, it is done.
I hope everyone open up their cameras. All the members are here, so कोई उसकी बात तो है नहीं, अब सबने कैमरा खोल लिया, तो तुम लोग भी खोल लो.
And it's just to show the participation only.
It would be great, guys. See, we guys are not able to meet.
If it
Am I
was
audible?
on offline, yeah, Jai, you are audible.
Yeah, Jenny. See, if it was offline, it could have been much fun. But yeah, it's online, so we guys can just connect via our cameras. That could be the best option, right? So yeah, I request everyone to just turn on their cameras. It would be great. We'll have some memories together. Yeah. Okay, let's wait for a minute and then we can end. Anisha, works?
Okay.
At least we will have virtual selfie.
Correct.
Thank you so much, guys. You can like shut your camera right now. We'll just conclude. We will just start our event. Thank you so much for participating in the small event we organized. Now we'll start with the introductory session. Okay, so a little disclaimer before we start our event is that before starting the session, all of you will be having queries regarding the session, and it will be resolved at the end. So write it down somewhere, and we will have the Q&A session after all the topics are covered. So without waiting any further, let us just jump right into our first topic. So in front of you, you can see there is a riddle for you guys. So can anyone guess which domain we are going to explain first? Does anyone have any idea what domain it is?
You all can write in a chat box.
There is no chat.
Okay, so the first domain that we're going to be explaining would be machine learning. So for this, I would like to invite Jalen and 𝒃𝒏𝒂𝒏 to give a brief introduction on ML. Over to you guys.
Hello, everyone. So, what is the first thing that crosses your mind after hearing the word machine learning? Is it a big buzz magic wand? Well, that's what came to my mind first. If you hear about a startup and then they put machine learning in their pitch, suddenly this company becomes viable. But what is it all really about? This is here 𝒃𝒏𝒂𝒏, along with my fellow mate Jenil, here to brief you with machine learning and what Google has for you. So, very quick questions. How many of you over here have heard the word machine learning? Can I have reactions, please? Great. A lot of us. Moving on. How many of us over here know what is machine learning? Okay. Last question. How many of us are using machine learning? Oh, nice. So, what is machine learning? Our ability to learn and get better at tasks through experiences is us being human. When we are born, we know almost nothing and can do almost nothing for ourselves. Soon, we are learning and becoming capable every day. But did you know machines could do the same? Machine learning brings together statistics and computer science to enable computers to learn how to do a given task without being programmed to do so. Just as us, our brain uses our experiences to improve tasks. So can computers. Say you need a computer to tell you that the difference between a picture of Tom and a picture of Jerry. So you could begin by feeding it images and by telling it that this one's Tom and This one's Jerry. So a computer program to learn will seek statistical patterns with the data that would enable it to recognize Tom and Jerry in the future. And it would figure out on its own that Jerry has a small tail, whereas Tom is larger in size. Tom has pointy ears, and Jerry has curved ones. Jerry is brown in color, whereas Tom is gray, and so on. And then present this information numerically organized in space. But crucially, it is the computer and not the program that identifies those patterns and establishes an algorithm by which the future data will be sorted. But obviously, there can be mistakes. More the data the computer receives, the more finely tuned the algorithm it becomes, and more accurate can it be in its future predictions. Machine learning is already widely applied today. It is a technology behind facial recognition, text and speech recognition, spam filters on your Gmail, online shopping and viewing recommendations, credit card fraud detections, and so much more. Now, Janil will be briefing you with machine learning with Google. Over to you, Janil.
Okay, thank you, 𝒃𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. That was one nice intro to ML by 𝒃𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. I think that you guys now know the definition of machine learning, and some of you might be knowing much more than that. How many of you can recognize the logo present on the screen? You can unmute and answer. Can anyone would like to answer that? So I need to assume that no one knows the logos of this, the one present on the screen. Okay, moving forward. I will be giving you a brief about different Google libraries, platform, environment, kits, etc. Next slide. Okay. So first of all, we have TensorFlow. So TensorFlow is a machine learning library from Google. Libraries using data flow graph can be used to describe complex network in an easy to understand manner. With high versatility, it can be used from the research level to real products. This has not only greatly improved the voice recognition, but it has also improved image search service performance such as Google Search application and Google Photos. But it has also become the core technology that supports most of the Google services such as search engine and Gmail. Then we have MLKit. Have you guys heard about this before? Is chat box still not visible to you?
No.
Is it or is it not?
It's turned off.
Okay, so we will resolve it. You can unmute and answer it. Like, let's keep it an interactive session. No faculty is over here, so we can you can unmute and answer it. Okay. Yeah, so I will start with MLKit. So MLKit is a mobile software development kit that brings Google on-device machine learning expertise to Android and iOS apps. To dive deep into it, I will request you all to check MLKit on Google itself. On their website, they have case studies, guides, etc. So I insist every one of you to check it once. Next up, we have JAX. JAX is a Python library designed for high-performance numerical computing, especially machine learning research. JAX provide a useful alternative to more high-level frameworks such as PyTorch or TensorFlow for researchers who need extra flexibility. The goal of JAX is to allow the user to speed up raw Python and NumPy function by just-in-time compilation. Then we have Google AI. Google AI is a division of a Google dedicated to artificial intelligence, a comprehensive machine learning service for developers and data scientists. This offering covers the end-to-end spectrum of ML services, including data preparation, training, tuning, deploying, collaborating, and sharing of machine learning models. Google AI continues the development of AI in all its related products, including Google Assistant, TensorFlow, and DeepMind. Now I will be discussing about resources Google have to provide for machine learning. So first up we have is a Kaggle. The Kaggle is a subsidiary of Google, is an online community of data scientists and machine learning practitioners. Kaggle allows users to find and publish dataset, explore and build models in a web-based data science environment, and let you work with other data scientists and machine learning engineers. And you can enter in a competition to solve data science challenges. You can go to Kaggle website and check their courses. And the best part about it is it's free. Next up we have is a Colab. Colab, it allows our developers to write and execute Python code through their browser. It is a hosted Jupyter notebook that requires no setup and has an excellent free version, which give free access to Google computing resources such as GPUs and TPUs. So the question arises, why should we use Google Colab? There are several reasons to opt to use Google Colab instead of plain Jupyter Notebook instance. They have pre-installed libraries, your file gets saved on Google Cloud, you can collaborate, and free GPUs and TPUs to use. Then we have our favorite tutor who have videos related to nearly all topics. How many of you think that YouTube is your best teacher? You can react. Okay, great. Okay, so jokes aside, there are many good YouTubers, YouTube channels, and video guides for ML present on YouTube. In fact, we have TensorFlow channel, Kaggle channel, and much more to dive in. So I insist every one of you, just check all these resources once. Last but not the least, we have machine learning crash course, which features a series of lessons with video lectures, a real-world case studies, and hands-on practice exercise. This is from Google developers itself. And GDSC BVM team is always here to guide you. We are planning to bring tutors to guide us all on this path. That's all from my side. Thank you and have a nice day. Over to you, Anisha.
Thank you, Jaren and Prithviraj, for briefing us about machine learning. Now, as you can see, there's yet another riddle for you guys. Can you guess which domain we're going to explain right now? Okay, so for this domain, the answer actually is web development. For this, I would like to invite Cherish and Vatsal to give a brief introduction on web dev. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Anisha. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Cherish Vaidya, and with me I have Vatsal Dupelia, and we both will be briefing you all with web development and some technologies involved in it. The internet is ubiquitous, which means that it can be accessed from anywhere and from any device. Consumers or users need to find your work, and for the same reason, a website is built, which creates a first impression of your business or project amongst them. The needs of your target audience are taken care of when developing a website. Web development is the work involved in developing a website for the internet or an intranet. Web development can range from developing a simple single static page of plain text to complex web applications, electronic businesses, and social network services. According to a study, mobile devices make up to two-thirds of web usage. About 7 out of 10 consumers find a company via the blog. Even on a daily basis, at least 2.9 billion Google searches are executed. These all facts point towards the need of developing a website by someone. And for the same comes into the picture a web developer and a web designer. A web designer is a person that makes a website looks good. They mainly refer to the splendiferous portion of website as well as its usability. The main responsibility of the web designers is to focus on the style and overall feel of the website using different softwares like Photoshop, CorelDRAW, etc. to make the website more attractive. There are different types of web designers as per their role: UI designer, UX designer, etc. Whereas web developers are generally called programmers. They take the design created by the web designers and convert it into a fully functioning website. They use different softwares and tools like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, ASP.NET, and many more. The main aim is to build a smooth running, well functioning website. Web developers are responsible for the collaboration with UI UX designers and visual designers to create web pages based on their design provided by the designer. Based on their role, web developers can also be divided into three types: front-end developer, back-end developer, and full-stack developer, which my friend will brief you about later through the discussion. Among the different software tools or stacks used for developing, JavaScript, also known as JS, is used more commonly. JavaScript is a scripting or programming language that allows you to implement complex features on web pages. Every time a web page does more than just sit there and display static information for you to look at, displaying timely content updates, interactive maps, animated 2D, 3D graphics, scrolling video jukeboxes, etc. You can bet that JavaScript is probably involved. There are two types of JavaScript: client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Server-side scripts perform any data or logic operations defined by any given request, whereas client-side scripts run in browser and perform actions that do not require a server query. Now, the next portion will be carried out by Vatsal. So please.
Okay, thank you, Cherish, for giving a brief idea on what web development is. So now we will see why JavaScript is more preferable for the developers. So as in the analytics, we can see that JavaScript is used by a large number of web developers. That is 69% of the developers use JavaScript because the websites can be made more dynamic and interactive. Next slide. So these are the frameworks of the JavaScript that are used in the web development. Among these frameworks, Node.js, React.js, and AngularJS are most widely used. So now the question comes to one's mind that which technology to be used for the development of the websites, whether to use HTML or CSS or to use this JavaScript framework. So how many of you prefer these frameworks for the development? Please react by raising your hand. It would be great. Great. It is more convenient to use these frameworks as it has some inbuilt libraries. So by importing those libraries, the development can be carried out easily and in a more better way. So the websites or the web pages that are developed using these frameworks is referred as monstack or min-stack development, where monstack refers to the development that is carried out using MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and AngularJS. Similar combination is there in the min stack, but the difference is that in min AngularJS is used instead of React.js. So as there are two choices in the development using JavaScript, that is mon and min. So the question arises that which of the following will be better. So here is the answer of your question. So as we can see in the chart that most used framework is React.js because it has more libraries as compared to AngularJS, which makes it more preferable for the developers. So monstack development is the most preferable as of now. Now these are the companies who are using Angular and React. As React.js is developed by a software engineer at Facebook, so it is used by Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Netflix, and many more reputed companies. Similarly, AngularJS is used by Google, PayPal, Sony, and many more companies. Now, Cherish will introduce with a platform provided by Google for the web development and also brief you with an example of web development. Handing over to you, Cherish. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vatsal. Before I proceed further, just I want to have an interaction with you all, guys. Just spam with a heart when I ask you a question. I just want to ask you all that how many of you did the first thing after taking admission in a college was to search for our college official website? Just spam with a heart. Yeah, that's great, great. So many of you might have searched for its reviews, right? So that is quite a common thing that almost everyone does. Just as I said earlier, that a website represents your business or projects to everyone. The following snapshot is how a website looks like. As one can see, the name of the website, the text present in the body of the website are all written directly in the text form using HTML, Then its formatting and centered navigation bar are all done with the help of CSS. Even the background colors and element colors are done with it. Then JavaScript is used to execute any computation tasks that require some processing and to increase the interaction of the user on a website. By now, many of you might have gained interest in this learning this domain. Google Digital Garage comes with an online course on web developer to jumpstart your career in web development. You can integrate web pages, develop and interact with web services as well. You can check out this very valuable learning platform at learndigital.withgoogle.com. Even GDSC will be carrying out events on web development. So stay tuned with us, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Cherish and Vatsal, for introducing us on web dev. Now we have yet another riddle for you guys, and in this, the question is: the next domain may help you develop next Instagram. Can you guess the domain? If anyone knows the answer, just raise your hand. No one? Okay. Yes, that's right. Now I would like to invite Akshat and Devanshi to give you a brief about Android. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Anisha. Okay, so these are some of the coolest apps that we have on our mobile phones. And when I first get interested in mobile development, I wanted to develop the next big app like these apps, and that could be later turned into startup. Cliche, right? Well, after realizing that apps that I listed for my projects aren't going to be that big, I just decided to create apps for fun that I can use in my daily life. And it is kind of cool to be able to develop your own application and using it and flexing it about in your friends group. So I, Akshat Trivedi and Devanshi Pandya here are going to talk with you guys about how you all can develop your own applications for your cool projects or maybe just for bragging around. Okay, so now there are many ways you can develop your mobile application. The first way is to do it natively in Android or iOS. The second way is to use cross-platform technologies like Flutter. I recommend if you are new to mobile development, just start with native and first understand concepts of native development, because if you directly try to build apps in cross-platform, they are going to be quite messy. Once you learn to develop apps in Android, you can learn Flutter later on. That would be easier way. Now let's first get into Android. If you want to develop an Android application, all that requires is half decent PC and you are good to go. This is where you can download your Android Studio to work on some cool projects. One more cool thing about Android is that it has incredible documentation on Android development. And this is one of the huge reasons why I love Android development personally. The first link is where you can download Android Studio, and the second is where you can find documentation. Next slide, please. Okay. So this is the screen of a visual layout editor of Android Studio. So to design your Android application, all you need to do is just drag and drop the elements required. You don't need full-fledged knowledge of XML for UI designing. Just drag and drop. That's it. Now, this is one of the biggest and silliest confusion. You can either code in Java or Kotlin, doesn't matter. If you already know Java, just go through Android libraries and just start working on some projects. If you are new and don't know Java or don't have any experience in programming, then I suggest you go with Kotlin. Though I have worked in Java, I suggest if you are interested in Android development, go with Kotlin, as it is similar to Java and it uses Java Virtual Machine JVM. But the cool thing about Kotlin is Google developed this programming language just for Android development. And in 2019, Google announced that Kotlin will be the official language for Android development. So in my opinion, if you are confused about whether to use Java, or sorry. So in my opinion, if you are confused whether use Java or Kotlin, just go with Kotlin. Next slide. So if you have this question where to start learning, I'd say the answer is right from the horse's mouth. Google, aka the creators of Android OS. There are free courses specifically designed by Google to teach you the basics of Kotlin in Android development, even if you are brand new to coding. On the top of all of these, we, Google Developer Student Clubs, are also going to have some interesting hands-on session on Android application development using Kotlin and on Flutter in near future, where we will learn to develop mobile application using these technologies. So stay in touch with GDSC BVM. We are always here for any doubt you enthusiasts have. Now let's hear from Devanshi. She has some fascinating stuff to discuss with us more on this topic. Over to you, Devanshi.
Thank you, Akshat, for briefing us with Android. So now you all must be wondering that what is the advantage of Android and why it is used so widely. Basically, Android is an open source OS wherein the Android software development kit can be utilized without having any licensing. See, this is one of the major advantage of Android. Furthermore, many of the best mobile application development companies in India consider Android app development as one of the best business opportunities at present, and hence they prefer Android as their best choice for it. Moreover, Android is compatible with multiple devices, and this is one of the main reasons people choose Android for doing business, as there is no restriction on device and you can run on any system with ease. Last but not the least, in terms of security, Android has inbuilt features that protect the app from getting infected with the virus and secures the data. Flutter's features and functions make automotive industries more effective in marketing the final product. So here are some of the companies who use Flutter, and I'm sure you must be familiar with some of these. So there is Google, eBay, BMW, Capital One, etc. And now here are some of Google apps which use Flutter. There is Google Pay, which is created using Flutter technology. Then there is Google Ads and Google Analytics. So in Google Ads, Flutter works with both Ad Mobile and Ad Manager and support the variety of ad forms including banner, native, etc. Then there is Family Link. So basically it helps guide parents for the children who play, learn, explore, and it gives their activity review as well. So this is also created using Flutter. So these are foundational pillars of Flutter. Google wanted to develop cross-platform technology that could provide native performance. So Flutter is fast, beautiful, productive, and it is open for all of us to create amazing apps. To start development in Flutter, you don't even need to download a separate IDE. It has thousands of third-party plugins and libraries. So Flutter will come to your IDE. That's it. Thank you. That's all from our side. Over to you, Anisha.
Thank you so much, Akshat and Devanshi, for briefing us all about Android. Hope you all are finding this info session very helpful. Now, for the last, but definitely not the least topic, we have the last riddle for you guys. So, if anyone knows the answer, just raise your hand. Okay, cool, that's cool. So, for the final topic, which is cloud computing, I would like to invite Jay and Nishan to continue the event. Over to you guys.
Hello guys, let us dive in the topic of cloud computing. Their voice
Nishan?
is not clearly audible. Hello.
Yeah, now it's proper.
So let us dive in the topic of cloud computing. Cloud platform is a Google Cloud Platform is a cloud service offered by Google and is a pack of cloud computing services that runs on the same infrastructure that Google uses internally for its end user products such as Google Search, Gmail, Google File Storage, Google Drive, YouTube, Blogs, Docs, and Slides.
Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of information and technology resources over the internet. And instead of buying and owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers by ourselves, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, databases on as needed basis from a cloud provider like a Google Cloud Platform, Amazon Web Services, and others. So cloud computing is being divided into 5 phases, and they are networking, software applications, security, data storage, and business intelligence. So let's start from networking. Cloud networking is a type of IT infrastructure in which some of or all an organization's network capabilities and resources are hosted in a public or a private cloud and managed by a service provider and available on demand. Second is mobile cloud computing. It uses cloud computing to deliver applications to mobile devices. These mobile apps can be deployed remotely using speed and flexibility and development tools. They can be delivered to many different devices with different operating systems and computing tasks. Third is data storage, security. This type of data security measures includes limiting both physical and digital access to critical systems and data. Data security refers to the process of protecting data from an unauthorized access and data corruption throughout its life cycle. So data security includes data encryption, hashing, tokenization, and key management practices that protects data across all applications. The fourth one is a cloud storage. Computing model that stores data on the internet through a cloud computing provider who manages and operates data storage as a service. It's delivered on demand with just in-time capacity and cost and eliminates buying and managing your own data storage and infrastructure. And last but not the least is business intelligence. It is the process by which enterprises use strategies and technologies for analyzing current and historical data with the objective of improving strategic decision making and providing a competitive advantage. Next slide. So now let us see the benefits of cloud computing. The first benefit is all the data has been stored in the servers of the service provider. All the data is being stored in online platforms. So there is no need of any human for transferring the data. All tasks are being performed by the server itself. The second is the cloud gives you easy access to a broad range of technologies so that you can innovate faster and build nearly anything that you can imagine. You can quickly spin up the resources as you need from infrastructure services such as compute, storage, databases, to the Internet of the Things such as machine learning, data lakes and analytics, and much more. The third benefit is deploy globally. With the cloud, you can expand the new geographic regions and deploy globally in minutes. For instance, Google Cloud Platforms has infrastructure all over the world. So you can deploy your application in multiple physical locations with just a few clicks. So putting applications in closer proximity, it improves the end user and latency and improves their experience. The fourth benefit is as cloud computing is totally based on online platforms, so it is very easy to access your data from anywhere at any time. And last benefit, but major, is the main factor is about cost saving. The cloud allows you to trade capital expense for variable expenses. So basically it means that only pay for what you consume. So these are 5 major benefits of the cloud. So now what is cloud? Google Cloud. A Google Cloud is a platform, is a suite of public cloud computing services offered by Google. The platform includes a range of hosted services for compute, storage, and applications development that run on Google hardware itself. Organizations of every type, size, and industry are using the Google Cloud for a wide variety of use cases, such as for data backup, disaster recovery, email, virtual desktops, software development, and testing, big data analytics. For an instance, healthcare companies are using Google Cloud to develop more personalized treatment for patients. So these free services are offered by Google. So first is infrastructure as a service. IaaS contains the basic building blocks for cloud. It typically provides access to networking features, computers, and data storage space. IaaS gives you the highest level of flexibility and management control over your IT resources. Second is platform as a service. PaaS removes the need for you to manage underlying infrastructure, usually about hardware and operating systems. This helps you to be more efficient as you don't need to worry about resource procurement, capacity planning, software maintenance, and patching the software, or any kind of other undifferential heavy lifting things involved in running your applications. Last but not the least is about software as a service. SaaS provides you with a complete product that is run and managed by the service provider. With a SaaS, you don't have to think about how the service is maintained or how the underlying infrastructure is managed. You only need to think about how you will run your particular software. So now I request Jay to give some real life example about these services. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Okay, so yep, as Nishant said, it was quite an emphasizing note from Nishant. Thank you so much, Nishant, for explaining it on a great level. So moving ahead with the how the cloud services are deployed and how there are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and how software as a service work. So firstly, talking about the on-premises data centers, right? So what are on-premises data centers? So let's say that you guys are a startup and you want to host the services at your company. So the traditional database works in what manner that you need to have a data center. Like you guys must be, most of us are from like you guys are from for second year, or maybe you guys haven't visited the college yet. But as you guys know that on first floor there is a data center of BVM college. So that is an on-premises data center. So how it works, that applications, runtime, middleware, then operating systems, virtualization, server storage, networking, all sort of work and tasks is managed in person and by human effort. So that is an on-premises data center. Then moving ahead with infrastructure as a service. So how infrastructure as a service work? So basically we give it to a vendor. It could be any cloud services. So here we focus on Google Cloud Platform. It could be AWS, Azure, or various other platforms are available, right? So infrastructure as a service offers you servers and storage and networking. So what saves you? It saves the cost of managing the things on prem, like premises. So it would be like helping you to, we can say you don't need to have a traditional data center at your company or on your premise. Then moving ahead with the platform as a service, right? So platform as a service is something that is like that offers you everything that includes middleware, then it includes operating systems. Like let's say that it is like a mediocre that will be acting between your applications and your data. So everything is managed by the vendor, that is Google Cloud Platform, and you need to like provide various other roles to the, we can say, authorize, like for authorization, for confidentiality. You can use identity access management system that is available in GDS. Like we will be having various sessions dedicated to that as well. So on GCP you can get such facilities. So all that you have to manage is the applications and the data that you need to feed to the application. So as you guys know that we use our BVM ERP system. So what you do is that everything that is on backend is managed by Google Cloud Platform, and just the UI and the data of this specific platform is managed by us. And then we go to software as a service. So software as a service is something that is totally managed by the vendor itself. So let's take an example of Gmail, that is Google Drive. So as you guys know that you guys must be having email address that is given to you all, that is @bvmengineering.ac.in. So that is what we can say is software as a service, right? So how it functions is that you don't need to do anything. All that you get is benefits, and all that you have is you need to just use it. You don't need to manage anything by your own. Okay, so I guess this was quite a techie stuff. So we'll go with some layman example. Okay, so moving ahead, just like be interactive with this thing. Okay, so I will be asking, you guys can just unmute yourself. Okay, so how many of you guys have had pizza in your life? Just react with a heart. All those pizza fans. Yeah, great. We see so many of them. Okay, So any of you guys can just unmute themselves and tell me that what is the procedure to make an pizza at home. Any one of you can. It would be great. Either of you guys can. Don't worry, no one is like you. The language could be anything. It could be either Gujarati, Hindi, or English. Just unmute yourself and you guys can. We have 20 EC441. Yeah, you would like to go ahead. We have 20 ME407. Yes, you can unmute. 20 ME407.
Yes, actually, first we get some tomatoes, and we with the help of the machine the grinder, we first make it in liquid form, and then pour it on, then we spread it on the pizza's bread. After that we if you want to means it depends after that if you want to some vegetables means veggie pizza, then we'll use some vegetables and put on the pizza, and if you want to make the cheese, then we will spread some. After that we will keep it in the oven. We'll just get for the oven, and then our pizza would be ready.
Okay, great. Can I know your good name?
My name is Jay Pandya.
Okay, Jai. Thank you so much for your interaction. It was quite a great explanation. So as Joy explained, you guys know that is the procedure for making a pizza at our home. So basically, as I explained in the previous slide, that what is on-premises data center. So as Joy explained, the on-premises made at home pizza takes a long procedure, right? So that could be, we can say sometimes when we are in hurry, it could be a tough thing for us to do so, right? So moving on with a facility provided by Google Cloud. So let's say that it is infrastructure as a service. So the take and bake method. So let's say that you go to a vendor, you buy pizza dough, you buy tomato sauce, then you buy toppings, cheese, and you just make it at your place. So that could be a procedure that we will be using. So all that you have to do is just bake and eat that thing. So that is infrastructure as a service. Then moving ahead with the platform as a service, right? So in platform as a service, you can say delivery. So everyone must be using Zomato and Swiggy, right? So all those who have been using that, we just order for the pizza, and all that you do is that you get your dining table and enjoy the dinner or lunch, whatever you go with, right? So that could be said as the platform as a service. And what is software as a service? Whenever we go on Tuesdays and Friday to La Pinos, that can be said as software as a service, right guys? So software as a service is something where you just enjoy the pizza and you have it on your own. So you don't have to do anything and don't have to put any efforts. Okay, so all that you have. Yeah. So services offered by Google Cloud Platform, right? So what are the services that are exactly offered by Google Cloud Platform? So talking about the application data thing. So cloud storage, cloud data store, cloud big table. These are the services that are majorly focused by Google Cloud. So like whenever you want to use the infrastructure as a service option, so you use this application data options available to you. The facilities that are offered are Google Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner. So what you can do is that you can write queries, you can also perform data analysis, you can perform various such operations using this application data thing, that is Google Cloud Platform. Then moving ahead with the application logic, that is platform as a service. So all that you have to do is that you have to enable the APIs and it's done. So you don't have to work. So let's say an example that you have an application, as my friend Akshat explained everything about Android and all. So as he was discussing about application, so let's say you make an application of an e-commerce store and you want to imbibe a payment gateway there. So all that you have to do is just enable the API and Google Cloud will do it by its own. So that's quite easy, right? That's what Google Cloud Platform offers. And the integrated services that are offered by Google Cloud are YouTube, then Maps, and let's say Gmail and all. So as I gave an example about the mail ID that you get, so we can say Google Drive is one of the integrated services of Google Cloud that you can store everything there, and the rest of the backend part is managed by Google Cloud. So that's what it is all about, Google Cloud Platform. And I guess it was quite a clear image about it and you guys enjoyed it. So thank you so much. Me and Nishant would be very thankful for bearing us for Google Cloud Platform. Thank you so much. Over to you, Anisha.
Thank you so much, Jay and Nishant, for giving a rundown on cloud computing. By this, All the technological stuff and topics are hereby completed. Now, as the session is coming to an end, I hope all of you find this session very helpful and interactive. And now it's time for the Q&A session. So a little direction before we start the Q&A session. All of you who are having doubt can raise their hand, and we'll unmute them one by one and we will resolve your queries. So whosoever is having any doubt, they can just raise their hand regarding today's event. There can be any doubt regarding the GDSC community or the topics we covered. Any doubts you have, you can ask. Okay, so we have one from 20ME407. So you can unmute yourself and just ask the question.
Thank you for letting me ask my doubt. Actually, I just wanted to ask. I don't remember your name, but someone just now at the ending explained about the cloud computing. Means is there any like storage like thing where all our information and stuff goes and stored? Means like cloud means is there like cloud like something room and there are some databases? Means there are some hard disk and all our stuff just goes and stores in it. Is that like?
Your name is Jai, right? So yes, Jai,
Yes.
see, I will explain you what exactly cloud is. As your question is that whether this hard disk and the data that is being managed by us is stored on Google Cloud, right? That's what your question is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically how it works is that, like Google Cloud is like, we can say there are data centers live. So let's say an example that you are a company in USA and I am one of the employees, okay? So what I do is that whenever I am like, I need to just upgrade the plans, like I want 100 emails at once. So I just upgrade the plan. I want to do that from India. So what happens is that I don't need to visit you in person. So let's say that, let's take a very layman example that when MS Teams, you are using MS Teams, right? So we are the meeting organizers right now. But what if we want to change the meeting settings that we want to like disable chat for everyone? We just want to enable like muting options for everyone, and we want to make everyone presenters. So we are given that limited access from our places. So we can do it from, like I am from Vadodara and our college is from Anand. So I don't need to go and contact the admin right there. So that's how cloud services are enabled and that's how they function. And the best part of cloud services is such that like there are basically 2-3 data centers worldwide. So whenever there is an, like we can say, natural calamity occurring on one data center, then always we have a backup. So these are the major benefits of Google Cloud services and AWS or Azure, any cloud services that you opt for. Okay. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Are there any more doubts? If anyone wants to ask anything. If there's none, so I would like to invite Jay again to conclude today's event. Over to you, Jay.
Okay, so it was quite a great session. First of all, thank you so much guys for participating in this event. So moving ahead, I am very glad to be given this opportunity for like contributing this vote of thanks on behalf of the GDSC team. So we are blessed that we have someone like you all who can turn simple evenings into these amazing events. At first, I would like to thank our Honorable Principal Sir for allowing us to conduct such events at BVM and our faculty advisor, Dr. 𝒊𝘆𝑗𝐾 Sir, for constant guidance and support. Lastly, I would like to thank that the GDSC lead, Astha Gupta, and the whole team. The efforts that they made were quite, I can say, it was quite enthusiastic and it was quite a great experience to work with this team. As discussed in the beginning, GDSC throughout the year will conduct different sessions, speaker sessions, then study jams and competitions, etc. That will be very helpful to you throughout the academics as well as like for your co-curricular activities. Then the technology, I would like to like allow me to quote, the technology you use impresses no one, but the experience you create with it is everything. So GDSC is the perfect platform to learn how to create such an experience, and being associated with Google will definitely help you contribute in your future and your future endeavors. So I thank you all for being a part of this event. Hope this was a mesmerizing event for you all and you keep participating in upcoming events organized by GDSC. So we have the QR code already available over here. So you guys can just scan that QR code and enroll for the GDSC community at BVM. And thank you so much once again. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
And we have feedback form also. We will be sharing that link. Wait a second.
It would be really great if you guys can just give us a genuine feedback about the event. So we'll be sharing it via email, or maybe you can just fill it right away. We'll be sharing it in the chat box. Okay. Thank you so much.
Guys, is it so that you cannot see the chat box?
Yes.
Okay.
Chat box is the icon for chat box is not visible.
Okay. Wait, we'll do something.
Okay guys, so we are pasting it on the screen only. So it's visible, then you can take a photo and then